If you're an aspiring school leader, chances are you've believed at least one of these three lies. I know I did when I first started out, but today I'm calling them out so you can move forward with confidence. What's going on, aspiring school leader? I am Dr. Donovan Smalls II, educator, best-selling author, school leadership coach, and I help aspiring school leaders confidently land their first leadership role and lead with impact from day one. Now, today's topic on the Aspiring School Leader podcast is 3 lies aspiring school leaders believe and why they're holding you back. You know, sometimes our limiting beliefs are actually holding us back from the goals, the dreams, the visions that we believe that we are called to move forward and act on. You know, at the end of the day, sometimes it's not external factors. It's really those internal whispers that we continue to tell ourselves that talk us out of the thing that we're actually supposed to be doing. So today, I want to uncover 3 lies aspiring school leaders believe and why they are holding you back. Number one, not the number one, but our first lie is I am not ready yet. Our first lie is that I'm not ready yet. You've been in the classroom for years, but you keep telling yourself you need just one more year to be properly prepared to be a school leader. But the truth is that readiness is actually built. Readiness is not something that you actually feel before you take the leap of faith to move forward into school leadership. A lot of times you already have the skills, the abilities, the talents, like you understand what leadership is about, but you keep telling yourself that you don't. You keep telling yourself that you need to actually be perfect when we know that perfection doesn't exist. Sometimes as overachievers, as educators, we can believe that we need to be perfect before we do a thing. But at the end of the day, our perfectionism a lot of times could be the reason why we're not moving forward into school leadership. If you're already leading in small ways, supporting colleagues, or stepping up when things get tough, you're more ready than you think. And so I want you to trust your gut feeling. I want you to trust your intuition, not just trusting blindly in your intuition, but you also understand that you have the foundational elements of leadership that are going to be able to help your school community move teaching and learning forward. And in my coaching program, I help you take what you're already doing and position it with clarity and confidence so you stop waiting and start preparing. Again, many times we're already ready, but we have to change our story, the story that we're telling ourselves in our head, which is causing a limiting belief and help in making us believe that we're not actually ready for the leadership role that we are already prepared for. So our first lie was, I'm not ready yet, but we know that that's not true. Number 2, our second lie as it relates to aspiring school leaders and what they believe and how it could be holding you back is I'm not like the leaders I see around me. You look at other school leaders and think, I'm not loud enough. I'm not outgoing enough. I'm not them. But the truth is that leadership isn't always loud. Leadership can be quiet. Leadership is about self-reflection. And so if you're the loudest one in the room, how are you actually reflecting on the type of leader that you are and who you want to be in the future? See, many times we get caught up in these amazing leaders that we see who are outgoing, who are seemingly brave because they are outspoken. And some of those qualities are needed as it relates to how we need to show up as leaders. We need to be able to use our voice. We need to be able to speak against things that are not good for students and not good for our staff. But at the end of the day, we don't need more clones. We need you to be in your original form as a leader so that you can make the type of impact that you are called to make. See, if everybody is the same, then there will be no need for our different types of personalities in order to be leaders. But at the end of the day, your personality and who you are is perfect for the school environment that you are going to step into. So don't believe the lie that you need to be like somebody else. You can take and adopt some of the leadership principles. You can take and adopt some of the strategies that they use, but at the end of the day, you have to show up authentically in who you are, because your authenticity is what's actually going to get you in the room and get you hired. Not you showing up as a clone of somebody else, because at the end of the day, we can see through that. So you have to be authentic in your leadership. And inside my coaching program, we help you define your unique leadership story. So you show up as the leader that you are called to be, not a copy of someone else. So number 2 was, I'm not like the leaders I see around me. But we know that you don't need to be like someone else. You need to show up in your authenticity. I know you're enjoying this episode, but I wanted to let you know about my latest book, Beyond the Classroom, helping aspiring school leaders navigate interpersonal and organizational complexities for greater instructional impact. Now, this book is going to help you navigate the learning curve as you transition from being a classroom teacher to a school leader, manage your busy schedule and reclaim your time to effectively be an instructional leader, take a holistic approach towards school leadership, and increase your instructional impact by fostering a school culture of feedback and coaching. So if you are an aspiring school leader looking to be an effective practitioner, head over to my website and grab your copy today. And lastly, our third lie that aspiring school leaders believe, and why this lie could be holding you back, is I don't want to give up what I love about teaching. The reality is that when you become a school leader, yes, you are going to be responsible for teaching and learning in a different way. You love your students, you love the classroom, and leadership feels like trading all of that in for meetings and paperwork. Yes, you're going to have more meetings than you had as a teacher. Yes, you're going to have to do paperwork because that is a part of the role. But the best school leaders never lose their love for teaching. They learn how to multiply it. So here's one of the strategies that I want you to think about as you start stepping into school leadership. It's the idea of turnkeying a lot of the trainings and meetings that you go to so that you can still be an instructional leader, but you're just leading adults at this point. So any type of district meeting that you go to, figure out ways that you can synthesize some of that pertinent information and then provide some professional development or some leadership development to the teachers that you supervise, right? How can you still be a teacher, have the teaching mindset, but you're just transferring it, you're multiplying it in a different way. You're teaching in an indirect way to improve student achievement. And I help you reframe your mindset as it relates to how you are as a leader, so that your leadership isn't seen as you walking away from students, but it's you creating a wider ripple effect so that you can impact other educators, and then they have a greater impact on their students in their classroom. So I don't want you to think that because you're stepping outside of the classroom, you're moving away from your direct conversations with students. You still have to find ways, little pockets, where you can influence teaching and learning, where you can make those genuine connections with students, but you're doing it in a greater way. See, leadership is going to mean that you do have to step outside of the classroom, but it doesn't mean that your impact on teaching and learning is any less. Actually, it's going to multiply, and it will be greater. So today we talked about 3 lies aspiring school leaders believe and why they're holding you back. And our 3 lies were: I'm not ready yet, I'm not like the leaders I see around me, and I don't want to give up what I love about teaching. If any of these lies have played in the background of your mind, it's time to shift from stuck to strategic. And I'd love to help you make that move. My Elevate Your Impact coaching program is designed to help you confidently land your first leadership role and lead with impact from day one. I meet you exactly where you are in your leadership journey and help you step into the room like you belong there. My email address is in the show notes. Reach out. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about you and your next step. If you've enjoyed this episode, be sure to share it with someone else so we can continue to impact aspiring leaders and build better schools for our children. As always, I hope you have a great week of teaching, leading, and learning. Take care.